Hello, this is Fadi Al Fayoumi, and today I am making a presentation for my international business class at Washington State University MBA program. This is assignment 1.3, and the assignment is to talk about a recent event within the last 2 weeks in the business. And so I'm going to talk about the title of the Wall Street Journal on May 17, 2014, which was Saturday. And with that, Modi is becoming the new Prime Minister of India, the largest democracy in the world. And that is an important political event. Modi is a representative of the Hindu party, and he's replacing the Gandhi family, who have controlled India for decades. Now, I haven't been in India in my life, but I know India has been a very interesting country from the political, economical, and religious standpoint. And with the new administration, we're seeing a lot of interesting changes with Modi, who's speaking the language of business. In 2008, since the financial collapse of Lehman Brothers, the United States started a program of quantitative easing, and the idea of that was to inflate the market with enough money to support the economy. Since the quantitative easing one program did not work well, they kept going with printing more money. Since the dollar is the reserve currency, the United States was able to do that. And with that, they will sell debts to China, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, and to India. Well, with the quantitative easing program, as it went by, the precious metal prices, particularly gold, silver, and platinum, with special attention to gold, they went significantly up between the year 2008 and 2012, and they are in their way down. But what's interesting about that is that during the same period, the Indian rupee value compared to the dollar came down significantly. The economy of India was not doing well. And that was under the Gandhi administration throughout this period. What's interesting about these connections is that India has always been a special country when it comes to gold. And the attraction for gold and the demand for the gold in the entire world, particularly in the East Asia and the Middle East, comes basically from India, Saudi Arabia, and from China. This is an interesting slide from Saudi Arabia about President Obama meeting King Abdullah. And even though oil is the primary source of economy and inflation and rising of money in Saudi Arabia, oil is being called the black gold, and gold remains to be an important precious metal investment. But if we look at the appetite of the precious metals, particularly gold in Asia, we find that India and China are the most dominant countries where they have a big appetite for gold. They just love it as an investment, as a jewelry to be held, and they believe it's more important than the fiat currency. But if we look at the same time and the same period of the between 2008 and 2012, especially when we look at the Gandhi administration during 2011, the unemployment rate in India was the highest. And the reason why I'm mentioning all of this is because when Modi took position, he spoke only one word to the public of India, and that is business. He's promising to turn around. He's promising to prevent the sinking of the rupee. He is promising to honor the love of the Indian people to the gold, because under the Gandhi administration, gold restrictions became significant to the point where smuggling of gold to India and to the other parts of Asia became an issue. If you can't import gold and you can't buy enough gold, then people were smuggling gold to the country. And eventually, the demand for the precious metal came down because, as a country, India remains to be a main derivative for the demand of gold in the entire world. The unemployment rate remains high in India, and the requirement of Modi will be significantly high. So what will be interesting to see and to find out for this news internationally, is Modi going to be able to honor the love of the Indians to gold and based on that change the restrictions on gold, and based on that maybe changing the whole demand for the gold in the Asian part of the world, and that might push the gold of the price up or not? That would be a curious question I have.